Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Aloha from Honolulu and home of the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Sooners about to kick it away and get this season started. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. They think there's room to run to the right here. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets it to the 14. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got him downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They'll give it to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
They'll leave it with him. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
And the Rainbow Warriors are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. The Rainbow Warriors decide to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. All the way back to the 15. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Give to the running back. Hard running there. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Got the first down and more. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
Really nice run. This guy brings balance to this offense. It's not all high-flying aerial passing attack, too. You go back to Adrian Peterson, DeMarco Murray, Samaje Perine. They've always had guys in these spread-up tempo offenses that have been able to give them balance and force the defense to stay honest. That's exactly what this guy brings the Sooner offense.
The Sooners racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to pass. It's Hawkins. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be fourth down. The Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He only needs a sliver of daylight. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the first down, and what do they do right away? Right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
Here's the handoff. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. To the ground with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. And the Rainbow Warriors are on the move. They'll try it over the left side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Might be changing the route. On third down, he drops the throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
See, I like this tight end because he's not just running flat routes and little stick routes and drags. This guy can get vertically down the field. He showed you his speed there running the crosser.
Wants to go up top on first down. Hit as he throws. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but you know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out, he had multiple catches from the running back position. They're going to try to get that established in this game.
Leaves it with the back. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the deflection by the defense brings up fourth down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
The Rainbow Warriors looking to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result...
He's got it! He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
It's a really nice job making the play. And you think about all the success they've had with Baker Mayfield and Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray in recent years. But a big reason why those guys had success was they had big-time players on the perimeter getting open and making plays, too. It wasn't just all the quarterback position. They brought in some big-time recruits from high school at the receiver spot. This guy's no...
Breaks into the open. Busts through behind his pad. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
The quick out. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. And the Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Snap it to the back. Running into the open space. Got the first down and more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
The Sooners trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. Looking to throw at Hawkins. Fires into the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
Pocket breaking down. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Fitted in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Kick returners just have to do a better job knowing where they are on the field and what the situation is. That's a ball you got to let go through the end zone. That's a touchback. Instead, you're trying to be the hero, and now you've done yourself more harm than good. The offense starting in terrible field position.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll go with a direct snap. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man, oh man, that ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have any.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. On the move to the right, looking for a big one. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Rainbow Warriors line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma. They're coming off a national championship, but you do wonder if this season will be a season of complacency or a drive for another title.
Well, I mean, what a season last year to put that together, to win a natty, to make your dreams come true. But, Jesse, now it's reloading with all the high school recruiting portal and all the other stuff that goes with it.
Yeah, they lost a lot of key pieces off that national championship team a year ago, but they also added a lot of talent. That's why this fan base is hoping for back-to-back national championships.
Dropping back, it's Hawkins. Gets it out fast. Open space at the 25. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Sooners!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And he's going to try to return this one. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. This offense is so deep in the hole, it looks like the end zone's at the end of the earth. Quarterback may change this route. They'll start this drive going to the air. On the run, deep down the right side. He's got it on the outside. There he goes. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
That was the definition of a quick strike, and now we'll see if they can turn that huge play into points. Defenders everywhere as he is stopped for a loss of 5. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Flushed out of the pocket. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Hawaii.
And he finds the end zone again. I tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
Coming out with it, it's Fields. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. You know, Oklahoma's DNA is being tough. They have a whole drill about being tough named after them, the Oklahoma drill, and they won that one.
Yeah, and we've seen that kind of come and go some throughout the years, but it started with serious physicality back in the day when they ran the option and just hit you in the mouth. But, you know, football's involved, and that's the one thing about this offense. Can they keep their physicality and assert their physicality? The good Oklahoma teams are physical.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. To the air, it's Hawkins. Under fire. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. This offense has it with really good field position. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on first down. Starts to scramble to the left. Lets it fly deep downfield. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
I think the biggest issue in the passing game for this offense has been accuracy, right? The last time this guy took the field, he completed less than 50% of his throws, and you're seeing that again in this.
And they don't want to waste this great field position here on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Got room on the return. The 30. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
The Sooners trying to cash it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4. The play action fake. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's second and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Using his feet to buy time. Now he'll turn one loose back to the middle. Finds a spot in the middle. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Looking to throw on first down. to fire downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, early in this drive, they're staying aggressive. Last play, they had the big completion. On the third snap, they take another shot, just couldn't come up with a completion.
He'll take another shot here. Touchdown, Rainbow Warriors! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking for a man, it's Hawkins. Rushes on him. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Quickly complete. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The give to the tailback. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And the Sooners in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Off play action. Fires left. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. Just enough time to get off one. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. He's got it. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. And it's good from 58 yards out. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Rainbow Warriors will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
They try to pop a run on the draw. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. The Sooners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Dropping back, it's Hawkins. Fires to the wideout. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down. The Sooners will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. How about this, a fake? And he makes the catch. Now can he get to the sticks?
Man, everybody loves a fake punt until it doesn't work. And how about the defense? Great job being aware, not falling asleep. That's what happens. A lot of times you fall asleep, you give up a big play, give up the first down. They were dialed in, they were ready, and they stopped the guy just short of the first down.
They go to the ground.
I think a lot of running backs kind of gravitate towards that sideline. They want to bounce. They want to get out wide. When a lot of times I think you want to just stick that foot in the ground at some point and just say, I get back to the line of scrimmage. I get 2 yards. Make it something positive instead of, stringing it out, stepping out of bounds, and it being a negative play like it was there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He wants to change this route. From the gun, the running back has it. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 30, at the 20. Touchdown Sooners. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
The Big 12 has become must-see TV, and fellas, today's clash is no different. Notre Dame is currently ahead in this one, but it's been a close one so far in South Bend. They're up by 13 over Oklahoma State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Hawaii offense returns to the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Running to the left. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Rainbow Warriors come to the line in the hurry-up.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
They'll run it to the right side. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got a man, it's Montgomery. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. On fourth down, trying to find his man. He turns it loose to the left. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Hawaii.
Well, in the modern era of college football, you're seeing more and more athletic tight ends, like what you just saw right there. The defense had no chance covering that guy down the field. He makes them look silly on his way in for the long touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Fields. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Their lead is down to 10. It's moments like this you start to feel a little bit of heat to put points on the board. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Another big play for this Sooner receiver, dare I say, Hollywood-esque.
Hollywood is right, and that's one guy that comes to mind, by the way. But this offense, it just does what it does. No matter the name, no matter the coach, whoever it is, it's going to be high-flying, it's going to be fast-paced, and it's going to be really good.
And the Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
The Sooners moving quickly to the line. To the air, it's Hawkins. The throw to the outside is complete. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Running back searching for a hole. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this deep.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. The Sooners come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. 4th down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's
turning it on. Picks up the first down. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The Rainbow Warriors come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They'll ride the hot hand. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Back to pass. Now he's going to break the pocket. On the move, he fires. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors.
I know it's early this year, but it's obvious this guy is a focal point in this offense. After having 2 touchdowns in his first game, he gets on the board here. Doesn't matter where he lines up. They find ways to get him the football, and defenses just have not been able to figure him out.
We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. From the gun, the ground game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Sooners want to move quickly. The give to the back. Breaks the tackle. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
Got the first down and more. He's running free down the middle. 10. Touchdown, Oklahoma. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision.
Oh, no, the ball popped out. This could change things. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it.
It was a golden opportunity on that two-point conversion attempt, but he fumbles. You got to have better ball security. They come away with no points.
Number 10, set to kick this one away.
Out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The give to the left side. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Past the first down marker and still running. At midfield, he's got room. Oh, he found a space on the right. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Hawaii.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
The Sooner offense returns to the field. The run from the shotgun. Runs through the tackle. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The Sooners will hustle to the line. Back to throw, it's Hawkins.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. And they're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Firing to the right, complete. Can't White crossed the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also touchdown Sooners. And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll line up to go for 2. From the gun, looking for a man. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's going to bring this one out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. On the run, it's Tollefson. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Looking to fire. Now adjusting. Trying to escape and get it himself. That's the way to get it out of your own end. Takes it all the way up to the 25 before going out of bounds.
Fourth quarter, obviously, trailing in a football game, you're going to need this dude, your quarterback, to make plays. And you got to call plays like this where it's a pass, and he still takes off and gets the first down. It's his time. It's the fourth quarter. You're trailing. The ball's in his hands.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Rainbow Warriors want to pick up the tempo.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Trying to do it on the ground. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Rainbow Warriors have this offense rolling. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Power football with the run. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. So can the defense get one more stop, one more time, and hold on to this lead? On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback making adjustments. Gotta have it here on 4th down. He's taking a deep shot. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Great place to start for this offense. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Back to pass, it's Hawkins. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Back has it. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of 2-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. To the air on 1st down. Here's a heat. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. A deep throw as the clock winds down.
I'll tell you, this offense just can't afford too many more incompletions because time's running out in the game. They need big plays in the passing attack, vertically down the field, and they've got to score some touchdowns.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the 1st down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's not afraid to go deep. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. The hands team able to secure that football, and with that, should have secured a victory.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll run play action. Oh, they're after him. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
Oh, just didn't have enough leg. It looked like he had the accuracy. It looked like it was going right between the uprights, just not enough power on the kick.
They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Might be calling a hot route. He'll start this drive firing. Makes the grab on the left. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it's caught inside the 15. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. And this is the chance for this offense. A 1st and goal, 4th quarter, trying to tie the game up. He'll set up to throw. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And this D's had some good moments today. And they've had a lead, and they've let that lead shrink a little bit now in a big-time moment. Can they step up? Can they make the plays to get the ball back to their offense? They've had a pretty good day, but now it's closing time.
What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing. If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Ball is incomplete. Falls to the turf, and that's going to do it. And it went right down to the final play.